Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the geeks out there in Our Little Geekdom, and welcome to another...
Our Little Geekdom?
I'll never remember the name. That's it. Our Little Geekdom. Thanks, Kez. Because you see, ZiffDiffie's brain doesn't work with remembering names of shows. This is episode number 18. We would have had episode 18 last week. The lady over there, or I don't know where she is today. She's either over there, or she's over there, or she's over there, or she's over there. No, normally who's up there is the main attraction. But yeah, she is to blame for the mishap that happened. She didn't hit record
until she has a bigger
on the system, and she's completely ignoring the fact that she did. She's not even gonna say a word because she's that embarrassed by it.
Kids,
no, I know I made a mistake.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I know I fucked up, but you know what? It's fair because we had to re-record a whole 7 Days to Die episode because someone else didn't press record on his video. So we're kind of 1 for 1 right now. So
I'm
knows that already.
I'm gonna keep tabs of this. The 1 for 1 now. Now it's equal. Yeah. Who's the next one to fuck up?
That's the question.
You'd think it would be me, wouldn't you? Alright, so I'm going to welcome a good friend of ours, obviously. As you can hear, we're already bantering and you don't even know who he is. Mr. HelloHaha52, if you want to add the 52 on the end.
Yeah, if you want to add the 52. You're more than welcome to. But good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. Hello, everybody.
So, Mr. HelloHaha, tell us a little about yourself.
I'm a streamer. As you can see, I'm in a bit of an outfit, and I normally do streaming in most evenings, but also most afternoons, actually, besides Mondays. And yeah, I mainly stream hardcore FPSs and normal FPSs, and then I am going to start doing more VR stuff in that soon. So, and then I do content creation.
Sorry, what do you mean that's an outfit? That's what you look like in real life.
I know, I'm beautiful, hey.
I'm sorry, but that is not a beard. This.
Oh no, I'm sorry. What you get? Have you ever seen that shirt? You get the length of the beard.
Yeah, I don't need it. The length is coming.
It's got balls. It's coming. It's coming. Mine's a stubble. Okay.
It's getting there though.
Yeah, I'm going to be bringing it down though. I'm going to be trimming it just a little. Just like
I've learned to trim the beard a bit.
Yeah.
Especially when the hot weather comes.
Oh, it's not about the hot weather. It's just it's getting unruly now. So I'm gonna just bring it down and make it a bit shorter. Just a little bit.
Trim the stems.
Yeah, I don't need to look like ZZ Top. I really don't. I'm happy not looking like that. So I'll stick to the beard as a relatively manly looking beard, but not so bushy and monstrous that it just goes.
Wait until it's fully grey, then we can call it Gandalf.
Kez is waiting for that day.
Yeah, Kez is gonna be like, I've got my own Gandalf. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, and just have me.
Well, the funny thing is that we have a cat called Gandalf, and his nickname is ZiffDiffie. It's like ZiffDiffie's nickname, so it's kind of just like he's already got the nickname. He now just needs the beard. Then he'll be like our cat, who is grey as well.
It will it will cross-reference.
Exactly. Look. It's already coming. You see?
Yeah, you got the one section. Don't lie.
I've got the salt and pepper look coming up.
See, I've got grey hairs on my arms and that's from working when I used to work on cars and that quite often with the oil. The oil starts turning your hairs grey. I got some on my face, but they're like whiskers and they come here. I get a bit scared, eh?
No, thankfully my beard grows relatively
No, mine will go all the way if I wanted to, eh? But I've got to keep that bastard a bit trimmed there.
Yeah, my beard grows cheek adjacent.
No, you've got weird hairs that just randomly just pop out every now and then.
Mine are here, over here.
She says it's up here, but it's just there. You can see that it's already starting. There's a few hairs that are growing over there.
I believe you, Kez. Don't worry.
And over there.
I'm the one who has to pluck it for him.
I don't know where she's talking about. There's no hair that comes out.
Those grey ones. I know we're going very different subject here,
Yeah.
but they're like there's two here and there's one here. They're like a white silicone hair. They're hard.
Yeah, these are
And
all of these are hot.
I'm gonna pull them out, but they grow like extra faster too, so they're not dead bastards. And I plucked it. I feel like a female. I'll go look in the mirror and be like, "Oh my gosh, let's apply everything." And
Yeah, no.
no,
Actually, no. I know a few people who dye their beards. I
No.
couldn't do that.
Well, actually, you can't say you couldn't do that because you did dye your beard.
Yes,
I'm
but I
sorry.
did it-
You
I
dyed
changed it
your
pink.
beard green and purple, so
Oh, green and purple. That's right.
you,
But that's a
you
different
did
way.
dye it.
it
Yeah, I
would
don't
work
know why I
beautiful
did
for the
that.
green screen. You should go for green.
My face will disappear.
You'll just check this nose and eyes and this bit of a face.
One day I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna paint my face all green over here. And all
I think so. Just keep the
and just have my
eyes
eyes.
and the headset.
Yeah. I think I'd look epic.
Yeah, I think it'll look pretty different.
Yeah,
Oh
that's the kind of
gosh.
shit we get into, guys. Just so you know, we
No,
start
no,
talking, so
no.
it doesn't stop.
You said that you're dabbling in VR stuff, or you want to do more VR stuff. My sister-in-law sent us a link. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you've seen it, and it's something actually pretty cool where they've actually made VR shoes that you can use for Steam and the Quest headset, where you obviously put them on as shoes and you can run in the game and walk and stuff like that.
I
So-
shall tell you what they're called now.
Yeah,
pretty
you get
cool.
the Omni boards. I know that was one of them.
Cyber shoes is what they're called.
No, they're cyber shoes, but you get they called something called Omni boards. What happens is they like a round dome circle thing.
Yeah, and you can run. You
Can run on them, and
yeah.
there's different ones, but the problem is in a lot of games like your first-person shooters, that crouching's not a problem. But if you want to go a little bit more, how should I say, hardcore, and want to lie down, you can't lie down on those.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah.
what's put me. I've been kind of keen, but that's what puts me off.
Yeah.
The VR, I really enjoy the racing games and that in it. So you've got Project Cars and Assetto Corsa, that other one I spoke about the other day, Automobilista or whatever it is. Sorry about the names, but anyway. But those
Find
work.
it still in my
Yeah,
mind.
those work very well in the VR. And then you got your shooting games like Onwards. Onwards is very good. Onwards is more of a squad-based first-person shooter. And then you got more like Pavlov. A lot of people play Pavlov. Pavlov is Counter-Strike for VR in sense. That is the direct form. And you get like maps like Dust and all that. And it's got a big workshop. So you get Counter-Strike maps in it.
Oh yeah, I've seen those TikTok videos where they go and really make it loud and all that shit.
And then what's cool about those things, you get like gun game, like your old gun game type style. So you kill someone, you get up, level up a gun. So you got your free balls, your TDMs and that. Then you get ones called TTT, Trouble in Terrorist Town.
Oh,
So
nice.
what happens is like,
I remember Trouble in Terrorist Town.
yeah. So it's Trouble in Terrorist Town, but you got different maps for it. And then you got to work out who the 2 or 3 bad guys are, and there's one detective. And it's just a bunch of bullshit talking, bullshitting your way out of things. Because if you kill a person that's not a terrorist or Trouble in Terrorist Town, whatever you want to call it, you don't. You if you kill an innocent, your points deduct.
Oh jeez.
So you got to play it properly in a manner way. So the VR, honestly, I think it's something that can capture people, but I won't run it. I won't run it with green screens and that. I'll just run it off just capture what I see.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because you're gonna run it and you're gonna see me hitting a lot of things. Especially the size of the rooms here, you know what I'm saying?
But that's why I'd rather get that thing that you actually
The
stand
Omniboard.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, the Omniboard.
So that you can't run into things.
That's half the fun of it, when you hit your fist into things. And the funniest is I've got the Valve Index, so what happens is you can... Let me grab a control now.
We got a summer sale on. I didn't even realize 2 of the games that we want are on 50% off.
Ooh! No, dude, my wish list went mad. So
I've got to add that to Kiz's.
that's a controller there. As you can see, I can lift my whole hand off it. So I don't have to grip the controller. So it grips onto over there for you. And then when you hold it, so you got your shoot or whatever you want, you got your joypad here, got your AB button, and then it's got like a slide here too. But these all here pick up your fingers too. So in the game you can give that, and you can give a birdie if you want. So most games you can give a guy as a birdie, and then they look at you like, how did you do that? And one of the funnest games in VR, but you as OP as thing, and you can play with other people on normal PC version, is the Forest.
Oh, really?
Forest is VR.
Most... Yeah, sorry.
You can beat it goes, because when you're playing a Forest, your click is like dunk. Where here, I swing faster, it goes faster in the game.
Yeah.
And you can block the enemies, and you can push them back.
Yeah, it's the same as Skyrim VR though. Have you seen how OP you get in Skyrim VR? It's ridiculous. It's like I actually had to bring my difficulty level up because I was killing people, and I was playing on like hard. And it was so easy to kill things. It's like I run up and I'm like smack, dead. I'm like, what the fuck? This is not hard.
But that's why, like, the guy used to play with guys you used to have the monsters or whatever. You wanted cannibals coming in your base, and the guys would be like, oh, we're scared. Like, when there's more than 3 or 4, you battle over it.
Yeah.
But I used to just jump up the tree and be like, I'm going for it. And then when you run around with a chainsaw, oh my gosh, you feel like God. And that's where I hope the new Forest game is VR. They haven't announced if it is or not, but honestly, I hope they bring it for VR. Because that cross-play was so much fun that you could play with your friends that have normal systems compared to VR, and which is nice. It's a really nice aspect. It's nearly bringing those like a cross-play. You know what I'm saying? It's a cross-play of some sort.
Yeah, No Man's Sky is the same. They've got a VR cross-play for that as well. So if you play, and they've got it across all platforms apparently. I think PC players can play with PlayStation players now. Because they've had to allow cross-platform because Hello Game has actually requested it. So
all games need it nowadays to survive and be
exactly.
The longevity of the game needs
exactly.
Yeah.
But yes, if you go in, I don't know if you've played it VR or played No Man's Sky in VR.
Yeah, I've only done it twice, and it's fun. But that game, let's be honest, can get quite tricky.
Oh yes, it can.
You got a hell of a lot to do.
Flying in space is very difficult, especially with your controllers. If you're busy trying to control them, because you have to like use your trigger to grab the stick. I don't know if you've had to, if it's the same for you, but you've got to use your trigger to grab the controller, or not the controller, but the flight stick.
Mine works on the grip, so I just do that in grips.
Oh, nice. You see, I don't have that.
Yeah.
I've got to actually hold the trigger in to grab the thing.
It's
not that's actually uncomfortable. It's doing this. It's bending your hand forward and then bending your hand backward, because you're not used to it. So you got to get used to doing that, and then your speed control and all that shit as well. But it's epic. It's fucking amazing playing the game.
But people, that's one thing I think VR. It's been out for a while. I was one of the first people with the Vive. I brought in the Vives from overseas into South Africa when I lived in South Africa before anyone had them, and I used to bring it to events and that too, and people used to see it and be like, oh, I'm gonna try it, and then you just put them on a simple game. But a lot of people, the problem is they battle with motion sickness in VR. I know a lot of people do.
That's mine.
But I tell people, do 20 minutes then stop. Don't do it. I can put on the headset and I can play 3-4 hours. The only thing I have is not motion sickness, especially if I'm playing a game where you run and walk in that a lot. I have to take off the headset and just sit down for 2 minutes before I attempt to go down the stairs.
Yeah, otherwise you're gonna go down.
Because your brain's got to get, like when you play VR. What's a game now? Oh, Boneworks. Boneworks is a very physical engine for VR. That's what that game is, just for physics. Okay, when you grab onto like things and pull yourself across and you're looking down and you got nothing down there, in a sense like over something, you're doing a ladder type movement. That just freaks you out. Your brain's got to calculate, okay, that's a drop, but we're not dropping.
Your brain doesn't quite figure it out. It's like,
can't figure it out. Like that's why I said the car games, the airplane games, and that are quite easy in that aspect. It comes with the running games. I see people battle a little bit.
Yeah,
the car games
would be one of those
The car games are probably the easiest to pull someone into VR.
No,
Because it's driving. A lot of people are used to driving.
Yeah.
And what's nice is like when you're driving and you look at like the apex of the corner. One thing you taught, I used to do race driving and that when I was younger. Where you look at with your head is that's where you're going.
Yeah.
So that's what you're doing when you're doing VR. You're looking.
Yeah, a lot of people don't actually know that, but when you look with your head, that's actually where you're supposed to be going. I also I dabbled in race driving every once in a while. So I got taught the basics of
no, that's the basics, and it makes a lot of sense.
Of course, it makes
where you're
perfect
going.
sense. Yeah,
and same actually when you play shooting games in VR, where you look is where you're going.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's really awesome though. I mean, VR is.
It's not the future, but it's a different aspect. It's a different aspect of playing.
Exactly, it's definitely a different kind of aspect of playing where you can actually get into the whole enjoyment of really being pulled into a world by actually using like controls and stuff like that. It's quite awesome. I really think it is.
And probably the easiest game for people to get into VR, I would say, is probably Beat Saber.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, Beat Saber is probably the best to get your hand movement and get to know it.
Get your standing.
Because what you got Beat Saber and what's the other one that's Hot Shots? Is it Hot Shots or something like that? Where you shoot with the pistols and you make music in that too.
Oh no, I don't know that one.
That one's also quite fun.
No, I don't know that one. I've got Beat Saber though, so.
I've tried it, but I have to stop after a while.
Oh crap!
Oh, he went. Bye bye.
He went bye bye. Please stand by while we have technical difficulties.
Please come back after the message.
It is gonna screw my screen up. It has screwed my screen up.
He ran away. There we go.
Sorry.
Oh, ooh, we're now.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the 1-for-1's gone now, bro. Sorry.
You know what? I was the cat was coming, and if it was between having the cat step on the keyboard and do something worse to the PC, or try and move my keyboard and accidentally hit a button, and now he turns around and fucks off. He's an arsehole.
You must be taking off the owner.
Yes.
Depends which owner.
Asshole. He really is. He's such an asshole. I mean, I move the keyboard, I fuck everything up, and he just goes somewhere else. He goes to his mummy.
Yeah, check out. He's like, don't worry, I won't touch your keyboard, mummy.
You fix it.
Yeah, it fixed itself.
Oh,
Okay. But what games do you guys mainly play at the moment?
I've just started GTA 5 on
Online,
PC.
on PC.
Yeah.
I've actually started trying this 5M thing.
And the role play.
Yeah, I haven't gone and talked to. I really don't like being around other people. I don't play with other people. I don't like it. So
I think that's the game for you then.
Yeah, I've been trying to find something in 5M that is like solely based on like
Murdering.
me doing my own thing.
Murdering.
Yeah, I'm not ready to talk to anyone else. That's my ultimate.
I enjoy the role play, but you've got to do it with friends. You can't do it with randoms, and that's the thing. Like, don't get me wrong, randoms and this and that, but you don't have that click with like what you have with friends. I've done the 5M a few times, and I find it with friends is better, especially like if you want to do stupid things in 5M, like drug runs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
we used to take like a vehicle, would do the drugs, and I would go on a motorbike to cover it. And we were like 3-4 of us on different vehicles, and you cover each other. But if you do it by yourself, and it defeats the purpose of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it does. But yeah, the whole thing is I've been looking for something where I can actually play all the other heists all by myself. I don't have to worry about playing them with people who and are useless.
He just doesn't want to admit it. He actually wants to play it with friends, but he's too scared to ask his friends to play.
No, I'm not too scared to ask my friends. My fucking friends never join me in the game anyway. So I'm just like, I'm always alone. So
I think you need to sell your friends. You need to rent your crowd.
I need to sell all my friends and get new ones.
So if you guys are listening to this, you are all sold, you truckers.
Yeah, exactly.
My friends, you're safe. Don't worry.
Look, I've wanted to play, like, for example, no one owns a PS4, so no one can play the Bridge Crew with me.
Bridge
It's
Crew.
not cross. Yeah.
Star Trek Bridge
Star Trek.
Crew. It's VR.
But no one can play Bridge Crew with me because.
Is
you
it
know,
not cross-platform?
As far as I know, it's not
I
cross-platform.
don't think so.
So I can't for. I'll check myself out quickly and just see, but I can't play.
Check out interest because I would have
Bridge
been keen to see it. I
It's
know
an
what
epic
game
game,
exactly.
dude.
Once you talk about, I've never bought it, but I know what game you're talking about.
Let me see.
That's the thing with, unfortunately, with VR. I wish a lot more of it was cross-platform.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think it will eventually get there, and we'll have to get there because it's got such a smaller player base.
It
will
is.
have to bring it in to bring the player base up.
Well, Ubisoft is saying something about it.
It
Yeah.
is.
Ubisoft.
I'll accept the cookies.
That's a game I do enjoy. Is Rainbow Six Siege. I do enjoy that. Game. I haven't streamed it much, and I'm pretty damn good at Siege. I'm not gonna lie. But I enjoy the little gadgets in it. Siege. Siege has got a lot of gadgets.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I've been trying to figure out the cross-platform.
No.
No!
No.
Fuck you!
No.
We always do that when we go shopping.
No!
No.
That's the problem, though. You know, it's like. So Sony's like, so everyone's like, yeah, no. How about we do? How about we put this game cross-platform? No, and this one, no, and this one, no. It's like,
But that's
you know what, Sony. Fuck you.
It's Sony's
But
fault.
now, do you see a lot of people like, let's go to the PlayStation 5s now. Try get one first of all.
Good luck.
Second of all, even in Europe. So South Africa, you're not alone. And then the biggest thing of Sony they were like exclusives. This is why people were going to buy it. Were exclusives. But you see how a lot of exclusives, 2-3 months, 4 months are in PlayStation, and then now they're going to PC and that.
Yeah.
Because the player, no offense to everyone, the player base, it needs a player base, and that's how games survive now.
You've got to allow other people to actually play. The thing is, they'll cross-platform the game, or not cross-platform. They'll release the game across all platforms. They'll have like an exclusive for a certain amount, like a timed exclusive. So it'll be Sony's game for this long, and then everyone else gets it after that, right?
Yeah.
So okay, fine. You know, Sony. I get why they're doing it. They're trying to get their player base to actually play the game, spend some money on a game on their side before actually thinking of going to another platform. I get that, but where they kind of fuck up is you're like, okay, so you've now released the game for all other platforms. Yes, we have. So can Microsoft play games, or can a guy who has an Xbox play the same game as a guy who's got the PlayStation? Can they play on the same server? No. Fuck you.
No. We do not allow this.
And it's like, then what's the
What?
point of releasing the game across all platforms if you know
And
half the
I'm
player
sorry.
base can't play with the other half?
Like a lot of people with the new Battlefield are pissed off that there's no campaign or single player. But yes, I understand some people want to play
Battlefield
single player
hasn't
games,
been
but single player doesn't have a replay. You know, you don't want to replay it all the time. And
Yeah.
that's where the multiplayer, and that's where I like Battlefield and like Warzone and it, is you never know what's going to happen in the multiplayer. You never know. Some dickhead might be sniping 1,000 meters away, or some oak might pull
Fucking
the
campers.
jet out and smack you with the jet. You know
Yeah,
what
exactly.
I'm saying? You never know what the expectation is, and that's why those type of, especially multiplayer games, have brought a big thing to streaming. Because
Yeah.
you play a single player game, let's say Cyberpunk or whatever. Look at Cyberpunk and that, and I believe it's a good game to a point and all that. It's not my thing because I enjoy my multiplayer games.
Yeah.
And look how many people are streaming Cyberpunk now. No one. You go,
Yeah, exactly.
honestly, on Twitch, I think you might find 1 or 2 people. Maybe.
Yeah.
The
If you
hype
like.
has died.
No, I play the game because I enjoy the game. I like single player games.
No, exactly.
So, and that's you see, that's the great joy of having differences between people. The fact is, though, you may play multiplayer games and prefer multiplayer games, but you'll play single player games. The same thing with me. I prefer single player games, but I will play multiplayer games. I don't
Exactly.
mind Battlefield 2042 being a single player only game. I don't. I really don't mind it being a single player.
But that's where they're going to bring in the
multiplayer game.
mode, is where you play multiplayer maps, but you can play with yourself against bots,
Yeah.
or you can play with a few friends with bots, or you can play the full
or you can play
multiplayer
the
experience.
full game. The thing is, the reason why I wanted to do that, or why I want the other ones to actually have the bots and all that stuff, is so that I can get, because I started some of the games very late. Like Battlefield 3. I only started playing Battlefield 3 about, 8-10 months after the game had come out.
Yeah.
Right, and I was nowhere near as skilled as some of those guys there.
Yeah.
Now you try playing on a large map with all those arseholes busy blasting you with tanks and you can't even figure out how to control the tank. That's just like, give me a chance to learn first.
That's where I hope. That's where I hope they bring in what they had in Battlefield 4. It's the training grounds. So you can. They used to have that little training island. You used to test all the weapons, your weapons, your loadouts, and all the vehicles. And you used to target, shoot, and that. And I hope. Not just Battlefield, a lot of games would bring that more out.
Yeah, I also believe that they should bring bots as well. Or more of them should release bots and stuff like that, so you can actually go against bots and try playing the game against bots. Increase the difficulty level until until the hardest level is piss easy.
Yeah.
Then when that happens, then you can start playing against other players and you can start, playing tournaments and stuff. It's just. For me, it's about learning how to actually become better at the game. And everyone's always like, "Oh, yeah, get good." It's like, well, you can only get good if you actually learn. And if you keep getting shot, you don't learn. So it's pointless learning. And that's why I was always turned off of Battlefield, because I could never learn how to actually play the game. I couldn't learn how to fly jets because every time I did, I got blown up. I couldn't learn how to drive a tank because I'd always be shot or blown up in seconds. And for me, that there actually took all of the fun away from the game, because I wanted to play Battlefield for the fun of driving a tank, for the fun of flying a plane, a helicopter, anything like that. And every single time, I didn't even get a chance to take off. Every single time I got into a jet, I'd be shot as I was trying to take off. And I was like,
maybe that's why they've brought out the bigger maps too now, because the maps are ginormous. Some of them, they're huge. And okay, don't get me wrong, they've doubled the player base too. It's 128 players a map.
Yes.
But it's what I can work out, a lot of maps are you're gonna have your sections where it's inventory, and you're gonna have your sections where it's vehicles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's gonna, I hope, and I'm quite sure it will play out quite fair in that point.
Yeah.
And it is the next best game, because I'm gonna be honest, Call of Duty, I'm tired of keeping up with it. I have to buy a game every year.
Yeah, so am I.
And where Battlefield is every 3 years or 4 years, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's a decent enough game as it comes out. I mean,
and they keep upgrading the DLCs and all that, and they're not going to charge for the DLCs. They learned that from Battlefield 5.
Call of Duty is like Fast and Furious, where there's one every year.
That is probably the best thing to, and they start running out of ideas. Because now, let's be honest. What's made Call of Duty so successful the last few years is Warzone.
Yeah,
it's free and it's cross-platform.
There's only one problem with it at the moment: hacking.
Yeah,
so much.
Bro, someone came up with a concept, and I don't know how to take it, if it's true or false or whatever. So you go put a subscription for hacks, let's say, okay?
Yeah.
Not that thing you add on to your controller. I'm talking hacks you buy, okay?
Yeah.
Now hacks you buy are costing, let's say, $10 a month or whatever it may be, okay? Now with the $10 a month. Now Battlefield doesn't have a proper anti-cheat system. It's all by what gets told when you report someone. That's it.
Yeah.
There is no official ban at all. And we're talking a game with millions and millions of players, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
And they made billions and billions of dollars off it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think just the revenue, or whatever, we'll get back there. But my brain goes 10 things at once. But
just like me.
Yeah, exactly. But someone came up with a concept. I was watching it the other day, and it actually makes slightly sense. Why? The game's free, first of all. So they're not making money off that. Okay.
Yeah.
So they make money, you buying hacks. Your account gets banned. Cool. You remake a new account, you redo the hacks for that account, and there we go.
Yeah.
And they said,
don't they make
what stops them actually making the hacks themselves or getting a percent of it?
Yeah. No, I agree. I 100% agree. I mean, there's that whole, I saw that whole thing that you connect to your controller that all the streamers use. I mean, you know what? You call yourself a streamer, you call yourself a professional Warzone, and you use shit like that. You're not fucking professional, dude. You're a tit.
Yeah.
Anyone who actually does that is a tit. Because you don't have to actually sit there and pretend that you're oh so high and mighty and oh look at how professional I am. I can shoot people. And you look at the game. It's like there's no the gun physics are all taken away. It's like, yeah, you're just cheating, dude. You epitomize the word cheater, and you're actually just teaching other people that
you're just a lowlife. You're just a lowlife. That is exactly what you are. Those guys forget what eventually is going to happen. Let's say, no offense, Battlefield's got one of the best anti-cheat systems ever there.
Yes, they do.
And when that comes out, they'll even pick up the controller problems. I'm telling you now, they will.
Yeah,
and then you'll get banned.
Banned.
And there is talks that Battlefield's going to do the RP ban and the hardware ban.
Oh, jeez.
So, do you know Escape from Tarkov does that? Escape from Tarkov does hardware and RP ban. Don't get me wrong, guys can change their
hardware and start all
but
over
a
again.
Tarkov account starts from $50.
Yeah. Not only that though, if you get a hardware ban, the Tarkov account may start at $50. Your equipment's gonna cost just as much. If they ban your graphics card, buddy, you're fucked.
There's gonna be a future when you buy a second-hand graphic card or can actually run it through the system. They're gonna have to make a website for all the different games, and you type in the graphic card serial number or firmware or whatever.
Yeah, like, okay, no, you're sorry, dude.
Sorry, here's a graphic card. Yeah, it's worth $10.
Oh, you know how that's gonna screw the market, eh? Jeez. Well, you know what? It'll actually help the market.
But that's what eventually they have to do.
If it's the only way to stop the cheaters, I agree. The thing is, if it screws the market, it's fine, because you know what? Then all the crypto miners can go and take those second-hand graphics cards.
Well, exactly.
And the gamers can take the real graphics cards, you know, because then they get a chance to actually play with them. Because, you know, I agree with you. The whole thing is, you know, okay, I know, look, it's my opinion, all right?
No, everyone's got an opinion. End of story. And I'm never against people's opinion, but I've got an opinion too.
Exactly. My opinion is that hardware ban. If you're going to cheat and you get warned that you will be banned, your hardware will be banned. This game will never be able to run on your hardware. If you've read through the terms of service and you agreed to it, you're risking...
But those are the people that shout, "Oh, don't cheat," and then they go and do it themselves.
Exactly. They go and do it themselves. So you know what? And the thing is, this is what pisses me off. These streamers that do it, the ones they've got kids watching them. They've got little kids watching them, and they're like, "Oh, look at how awesome he is! I want to be just like him." And they start cheating like him.
They game influence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They influence people to play that game and act like that. Now they're doing that, and then it comes like, oh, they had the thing for the controller, or they had hacks in the background software.
Yeah.
Now the kids are like, you go do that. Look at that. When was it? About 2 years ago? That Fortnite streamer for FaZe. What was his name?
Fortnite. You're asking someone who fucking hates the
what
game.
What was his name? I hate the game too, but anyway. That Fortnite streamer. Anyway, he played for FaZe. He was a professional FaZe player, not like FaZe. He was FaZe. You know what I'm saying? And him and his brother decided, let's run. Yeah. Anyway, they're one of the top clans in the world. They make money. Hey, okay. They're big with money. They probably the clan in the world. What happens is they one Fortnite streamer who plays solos and all that, won competitions. Hey, he was he must have been about 16, 17, I'd say. And his older brother was with him. They decided on YouTube to run a thing on let's see how hacks make us better. And they put the hacks on just to run it. They ran on a different account to that. Do you know Epic Games banned his main account and banned him ever playing tournaments? A laugh ban. And people were like, that's too harsh. I'm like,
no,
it's not harsh because the thing is, not only does it affect them, it affects their whole team. So if you're part of a esports league or part of an esports clan or team or whatever, if you go and cheat and you get caught out, not only are you being banned, but your team and your clan or whatever is then known that, oh, they have cheaters in their teams. No one's gonna look at you properly.
You'll always be looked down on as
let's go a bit more local back here. There's a South African I used to know. You guys would have met.
Yeah, we know him
too. I know exactly who you're talking about,
That's why I said what I just said.
He's an old personal friend of mine. Grew up in the same hometown as me in Pietermaritzburg. So, when that whole came out, I was like, dude.
I was so disappointed in him, man.
And what he said, and I'm sorry.
The reasons was so wrong.
The reasons make
no sense at all.
Everyone's got problems. Everyone's got problems in a story. But it comes to that whole saying is, you've got to know when to do certain things.
Yeah.
And why are you doing it? And is it for the right reasons?
Exactly.
No. And the end of that is no. Because it comes back to saying, you're going to hate me for saying it. It comes back to saying, but he had the time and effort for it, get good.
No, look, I don't disagree with you. You've got to get good at a game. Where I had the problem was I could never get good because I kept getting killed.
No, but exactly. But that's why some people come on our stream and that, will I play with them? If I'm generally playing in the afternoons, like I do afternoon and evening streams. Afternoon, it depends on my mood. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Sometimes I'll say, no, we'll make it another day. But generally, I will say yes. But in the evenings, if I come like on 20, 30 minutes earlier before my brother and them come on, I'll go play with randoms. And I've met some really, especially in Europe, I've met some really cool people in randoms.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to lie.
In Battlefield 3, when I used to play Battlefield 3, I also met
really cool people in Warzone and all that. But when my brother and that's on, I'll play with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
But if it's just my brother and I, we don't mind going and saying quads and saying fill the lobby. We'll play Stranger Danger. Yeah. And again, we've met some really cool people that way. But then sometimes you get some real idiots, or you get the people that don't talk on the microphone at all. And I'm like, why are you playing on quad? And they go on their own mission, eh? They jump somewhere else. And then I think to myself, maybe I'm being an asshole, but why are you playing quads? Exactly, don't play solos. Or say, quads, don't fill. And that irritates the living shit out of me. It's teamwork. It's all those games are about teamwork. That's what it's all about. Exactly. And again, when it comes to hacking, that like you said, you're letting your team down.
Yeah, it's not just you. You know,
it's not just your life you fucking up. You're fucking up
everyone's. Yeah.
But you're fucking up that whole team for a year because they can't play the league.
You know, they get kicked out of the league. The minute that happens, they're out of the league.
And it's disappointing.
It is. Yeah.
And like you said, you got those pro streamers. Oh, look at me! Look at this. There's one on TikTok I watch quite often, and you see him do stupid. Like the other day, there's a big video going around. He goes and does a thing off a piece of rubble from a satellite with a motorbike, jumps, turns around and snaps it out no scope. And you think to myself, yeah, definitely, hey. But he does like a whole trick. His man does a trick like that and shoots at the same time.
No way.
You're like,
no way. Sorry.
And he does. That's not the only one. You got this thing. There's hundreds, and you're like, like he's good. Hey,
he's good.
Shit.
Exactly. You know who's good, and I respect the guys from DICE for doing what they did, where they made that video of that dude who jumped out of the jet, shot the other jet, jumped back in. That was ultimate respect.
When I watched that trailer and I saw that part, and I saw that part, I actually should have done a reaction thing with it. But I saw that part. I was like, that's Battlefield.
Yeah. Ultimate respect as well.
That is ultimate respect to Battlefield. Because Battlefield isn't about trying to be realistic. No. It's about being a fucking idiot.
It's about getting away with shit like that.
One Battlefield I played, and not many people played, I played with a friend back in South Africa, was Hardline. So it was mainly the cops and all that.
Yeah, I wanted to play that.
That was utter and thorough fun because it wasn't about tanks and crap like that. No, there was motorbikes, there was cop cars, like Mustangs in it. You used to do handbrake corners around the corner and run through the city. The buildings blew up. It was so much fun. And we used to take the motorbike, go in the elevator, go on the top floor of one of the maps, the bank map, and ram it off and smack the guys on the other roof and shit like that. And that is Battlefield to me. It's
doing stupid shit like that.
Yeah, but you can get away doing it. Most of the time, it's going to fail. There's no doubt about that. But you like said with the guy with the airplane, that wasn't even Battlefield 4. That was Battlefield 3.
That was Battlefield 3. I remember. Yeah. And
all respect to DICE for doing that to that guy.
Yeah.
That most probably made the OXU in the story.
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, that was like, I mean, that guy, that was the most amazing move that I'd ever seen pulled in that game. So, so for Battlefield, or for the guys from DICE for going and doing that, you know, they're showing their respect to the players, you know, and that's what I respect on that one. Is that
because some of the other streamers and all that, I know about this. When you were reading before they showed the trailer, they gave them beginning of the year, they gave all the top streamers and the guys who played Battlefield and all that, they knew who those players were, and they sent them out like a questionnaire, what you want to see and this and that. And what a lot of people are saying is, it looks like they're going more towards what the community wants,
which is what they're supposed to do.
And which games are meant to do. Like I said, I love Warzone and all that. It's been a game, but unfortunately, I'm probably going to drop it off to Battlefield. And I'll come back to play it now and then. But the thing is, Warzone, honestly, I feel they haven't brought out enough. They've brought out enough weapons and all that, but they haven't changed the maps enough. They haven't brought out, like, I don't even play the normal Warzone. I play Rebirth Island, the small island, because I enjoy the utter and thorough chaos of just jumping in there and just going at it. And the other map feels boring now because you run around and you don't see anything happening. You wait and then you get some dickhead sniper who shoots you, or some hacker that shoots you, and there we go. There's your game done.
Yeah, no, some hacker that literally just holds his trigger down and the gun stays steady. I love that. That's epic, because that's real. That's what all games are about. There's no, challenge.
And that's the thing with also like PUBG. PUBG, I used to love PUBG. I've got 2,500 hours in PUBG. But the thing with PUBG, what came to, especially when you played with Warzone and that, is PUBG when you died, you died. But now you've got to wait 30 minutes for your friends to finish. And you sit there and you're just like, so in most gaming session for most people now, you get like 5 games in or 4 games in. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's where I liked with, who was the first one to bring it in? It was Apex. Apex was the first one to bring in, you can bring your teammates back in.
Yeah.
And that's why I always say competition's healthy, because they showed what was nice, and different games bring different features. And I hope Battlefield brings in. They're not bringing a battle royale. They said they're bringing in something called Hazardous Zone, I think it's called. And I don't know. They don't say much about it. They say high risk, high reward, and you got to play squads.
Yeah, so, you kind of know where they're going with that though when they say shit like that.
A lot of people saying they get the feel of Escape from Tarkov vibes. So it's like you go in, you die. That's it.
Yeah,
you got to start anew. I don't know if you've ever played Hunt Showdown.
Heard of it, haven't played it. I want to actually play it.
Actually, you guys will actually probably really enjoy it. It takes time to play. If you ever need help playing it, let me know, and I'll show you the ropes I know. The game's about being stealthy, being quiet as possible, and like it's not just PvP, it's PvE and PvP. So you're going against a lot of the world and yourself.
Isn't it the same as Escape from Tarkov?
That's the monster one where you fight with the monsters and stuff.
That's got monsters in it. So you got to kill the monsters and get the bounty from the main bosses. And then you got other players. You can play solos, duos, and trios. But the guns are older than that, so it's like based in the early 1900s, late 1800s, I would say. But it's got a real eerie vibe to it. Really, it's a creepy ass game. But that honestly, that's probably one of the most underrated games I've ever played. Yeah. And I've streamed it on that quite often, but it takes time and patience, and you can't just run in like Rambo and get yourself taken out. But I've had some really fun moments. Like my brother died, but we had other guys. You can get your teammates back up once they're down. And I had a machete and I was hiding in the bush and the oaks come past me and I just came up with a machete whacking, bro. But it's got like I said, you never know what's going to happen vibe to it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can, honestly, I would look into it and say you would probably play. You can play solo too. But you got to be ready for the creepy vibes, eh? Really, that game has got super creepy vibes. And it brings like Escape from Tarkov vibe to it without the modern day. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is you have so much money, you buy bounty hunters. So you buy yourself, your people, and then you play as those people on the map. And as soon as let's say you finish a mission and you come out the map or whatever, even if you did the bounty or not, you can level that person up with their traits. So you can level up your traits in that too. And then you level buy extra guns. Now they've brought out different ammo types, like you get incendiary ammo, silent ammo, and that too.
Yeah.
So it's got a different vibe to it, and they've brought a little bit more complication to it, more stuff. But it's not overly complex. It's just a game where you got to play slow, stealthy, map awareness.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's with most games is map awareness. Like
yeah,
a lot of people,
isn't that how it's supposed to be though?
oh, that's what I said to a lot of people who try going to Rainbow Six Siege. Siege is about map awareness. 95% of your game winning Siege is map awareness, knowing what you can shoot through and not, and stuff like that. And Rainbow Six Siege is, to me, I've always said, Counter-Strike is for the younger people, and Rainbow Six Siege is the Counter-Strike for adults.
Makes sense.
It takes a lot more effort. The one thing I play Counter-Strike now and then, and one thing I hate with Counter-Strike, I always go and I go to press the right mouse button, and I'm like, aim down sight. No, it doesn't happen. It shoots 3 shots or something else.
Yeah, no, my right button, there was one thing that I could never get used to with certain games, is when the right button doesn't work for aiming down the sights or hard sights.
Oh, yes.
Because I prefer to actually aim down sights when I shoot, when I'm playing. I'm always more comfortable aiming down sights. I don't like hip firing. I think it's not my thing. So I always like right click, aim down sights, and then you get the one game where it's like aim down sights, you throw a grenade or something like like Halo, dude. My God, yes. I could not get used to Halo when it did that. When I first started playing that game, I could not get used to the fact that there were no iron sights. You know, everything had to be from the shoulder. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what is this shit? But that's like a true arcade shooter. That's what I would say.
It really is, yeah.
And to me, Counter-Strike is that borderline of an arcade shooter.
Yeah, you know, I think it actually definitely falls under that category.
I think it falls under that category. Don't get me wrong, it's an esports game. I will give it that. Yeah. But that's where I Counter-Strike or Rainbow Six Siege. I'd rather play Rainbow Six Siege. It's got that little bit more complex and a lot more player skill to bring into it.
Yeah, yeah.
And one thing I like with Rainbow Six Siege is that people aren't bullet sponges, eh? That game is like down.
Yeah, no, that's quite awesome.
And the matches aren't long; they're quick. Things happen very quickly in there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever watched some of the League of Rainbow Six. I've seen some oaks do some stupid things, and the one that goes to a vent and he just throws his grenade into the vent and rolls down the vent and goes into the enemy's place and blows them up. I'm like, that was so well played. Or like you get Sledge with a big hammer, so he breaks open hatches in that. Yeah. The guy throws his grenade, but it's like a 3-second grenade, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Throws his grenade on the hatch and runs up and hits the hatch. And then the grenade drops into the guys. And I was like, that is one of the most best plays I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's in a league, kills guys. In an international league, I was like, damn, dude. And they actually won that tournament. And I was well done. Because of clever thinking.
Yeah.
And I enjoy games where there's no set one way to play it.
Yeah, exactly.
There is multiple ways of doing that. And Kez, what do you mainly play, Kez?
Yeah, she's very quiet.
At the moment I'm busy playing Vampire and on PlayStation, and on PC I'm playing We Happy Few. I'm not as interested. Yeah.
What is We Happy Few?
Well, I haven't fully gotten into it yet. It's really twisted. So it starts out where you're this guy, Arthur something, and you're in this town and everyone's taking their joy pills, and if you don't take your joy, you become what's known as a downer and you're a bad person.
Very Orwellian.
Very, very weird game. Like, everyone walks around wearing these masks and everyone's really happy because if you take your joy, it's all lovely and pretty, and then if you don't take your joy, you actually see that they're eating rats and they're living in these like weird little slums, and the goal is for you to try and find your brother because they were sent off to Germany during the war or something like that. And what I discovered now is there's this one part where I have to infiltrate this base camp, and it's got like a whole bunch of tanks and stuff, and they sent the kids away because of the tanks, and the tanks are made out of paper mache.
Yeah.
I've seen it. That I've actually had it on my wish list. I don't know what game you're talking about.
It's actually pretty cool. It's
Orwellian,
very
dude.
weird, but it's
really
really
Orwellian.
cool.
Yeah, but some of those weird things are it brings experience. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's all about
does.
the experience, and especially like, again, that's what we're coming to. And each game's got experience. And like if I play a game and I don't feel I'm getting much of experience, I'm like, meh. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
is it really worth playing? Like, but that's it. Like, it's all about the experience. Like we were saying with multiplayer, single player, and we're happy for your single player. You know what I'm saying? I know
Yeah,
that for
yeah.
sure. And so that's where the story-driven brings a nice aspect to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like playing games that are more like they have a good story behind them, where you'll sit at the end and go, damn, I didn't see that coming. Or just a good story in general. It has to actually captivate you, because I'm one of those people where if the story doesn't catch me, I'm like, okay, cool,
I'm
bye.
done.
Yeah, that's me, I'm
But
done. I'm moving on
especially
to
if it doesn't
something else.
captivate you in like the first half an hour. So.
Yeah, she's been
And
through a
it-
few of those.
I've been through a few of those. You're like, nyeh. But one thing I miss, and you don't see much of it, you used to get a lot of them, is co-op games. You used to get a lot of co-op, like you play the storyline as a cop, and you don't really see that nowadays.
No,
Like-
they're more survival co-op games.
Yeah,
than
more
actual
survival, yeah.
story.
Yeah, more survival cop, and I actually enjoy. I miss the cop. Like, imagine the Call of Duty campaign or something as a co-op.
Yeah.
That,
Oh, that
that
would
would
be
be
awesome.
epic. But like, no one really. Again, that's bringing a multiplayer aspect, but just not as big.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
But there's still a market for it though, because there are people out there that would want to play it.
what's that one co-op game? But I'm not talking 2-player co-op. I'm talking you need like the 4-player co-op.
Yeah.
And you did get a few games that had that. Nowadays, I can't even think of a game off my head that's nowadays that has even a remote access like that. Maybe I'm just being dumb.
Only one I can think of, and it's not even new, is Diablo 3, where
Yeah,
you can play with 2 or more people.
Yeah.
exactly. What was
Yeah.
it? Diablo 2 brought out a remaster recently. Hey, yeah.
Yeah, I think they announced the second one.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. It's brought out already.
Yeah, it's. I mean, my one friend, I haven't heard from him in weeks, so he's playing that.
He's obviously playing that.
Who needs to talk to you, Mr. HelloHaha52? No one. I've got Diablo. I've got a trucker. But
Yeah,
that's it.
that's it.
I used to play a lot with friends, especially the last year I was in South Africa. My wife was here in the Netherlands, and I was in South Africa by myself. I got into a lot of board and card games. And that's one thing I've never really been into, but I actually enjoyed it. You know, you had your friends over the weekend and you play. There was one called Munchkins, and that was just utter and thorough fun. I bought all the card sets. I even got, and I mixed all the card sets. You had like a vampire one and this and that. So it's like an RP type game, role play game, but we made it more PvP than PvE. We made it like there was a PvE aspect to it. Like you pull a card and that's the monster you got to fight. You this player, you this level, and you got this as your equipment, okay? But you had like a bloodline and this and that. But when you played with friends and then you did the whole PvP too, it was so much fun. And it was just, we used to sit outside, have the shisha and the cards. And I had the Rick and Morty cards in there too, so and I mixed them all up, and geez, you could make some OP bloodlines. But like the one thing, let's say someone wants to challenge you, and you what you call a wolf bloodline, and someone else's wolf bloodline, you ask for their help, they can't deny you. So
Nice.
you just bring them on and be like, yeah, you help me take this guy out. No,
That's
but
pretty cool though.
No, it was Munchkins. The game was called Munchkins. I don't know. And then one I really never thought I got into, and I played it a few times. I have cards in that. Was Magic. I never thought I would get into Magic. And you asked me 3 years ago, I'd tell you to go fly a kite.
Yeah, I'm not into Magic anymore, unfortunately.
Used to be big into Magic.
Yeah.
I never got big into it, but I enjoyed the social aspect of it. I think it was more. And I had a few decks. Like I would go to the launch nights and buy a deck and play. And then I had a deck that was up to date. A friend helped me build was a light and death deck. So it was life and death. So basically, you hurt me, you die. You hurt me, you hurt yourself.
Yeah.
I hurt you, you die more.
Yeah, it's the black and white cards.
Yeah, black and white cards.
You're looking at swamps and plains.
Yeah.
I
had
Your mana drawing,
I have a deck still here, and that deck you try played, and just the oaks are like, nope, I'm done, I'm walking away. but like I said, one game that I actually enjoyed with friends also was auto chess on Dota auto chess.
Yeah,
No.
You never played it? That was actually quite fun to play with friends, and that's okay. That's where I'm thinking the more I wouldn't say co-op, but a few of you can play against each other. That's a game I haven't played in a long time.
Warcraft 3, old Warcraft 3, and
Old
StarCraft.
Warcraft 3. I played old StarCraft was fun. StarCraft 2.
Yeah, you don't ever get those games from Blizzard, and I don't want to spend.
But that's one thing. Where are all the strategy games nowadays?
Yeah, they're non-existent. Well, that and you got to find the right kind of strategy game because Kez doesn't like the ones that I play.
No.
She doesn't like Civilization.
No,
I love Civilization.
no, I no. When I'm talking strategy game, I'm talking Command and Conquer Generals. That
Oh, you have to go into EA for that one.
Yeah, but
you actually have to jump onto
there
that.
is nothing new. There's been nothing new in
There's
the
nothing
last.
new has
The
come out,
same
no.
same old.
There's nothing new for the last 10 years in Generals or anything like that. And those are good games, eh? I
Yeah.
love the things with our population limit. Because it would just be army. Where's all the resources I need to build? No population. Tanks, people.
Yeah.
There we go. But in Generals, you had the guys and they used to build the angry mobs. And you just send hundreds of angry mobs into the base, bro.
It's like Zerg.
Or the suicide box.
It's like Zerg.
I like playing with the Zerg.
Zerg was good. I remember Zerg.
Kez likes playing with the Zerg. There's only one problem with playing with the Zerg. I know how to fuck him up. So when she played it with me, when she played StarCraft with me, I whooped her ass.
But I whipped your ass with Warcraft.
Yeah, no, she was very good at Warcraft, but StarCraft
Warcraft
is
3, eh? Yeah,
something
Warcraft
new for her.
3.
She wasn't used to it.
Jeez. But again, like, where are those games nowadays? Warcraft, there's nothing new like Warcraft 3, hey?
No, they
God.
just redid it.
Did they? I remember them talking about it.
And it cost like £50. It's freaking ridiculous, yeah.
Like £30 I would understand, but like 50?
Yeah.
No.
It's just it's the exact same game with just prettier graphics.
Yeah.
Ah, no. No.
You can't find the classic anywhere. It's nowhere to be found.
No.
That's one of those. No.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's about time for us to end things. Unfortunately,
Yeah, no. We talked about games. There we go.
Yeah, we did what we were supposed to
We
do.
did better than last time.
Yeah, exactly.
But we
See,
talked about games. We had fun.
We had fun, exactly. But thank you very much.
Sure.
For having me.
Before you go though, you
Before you run
have
away.
to plug yourself, right?
No, I'm not running away yet. Don't worry.
Okay. Well, firstly, what you have to do is plug your channel, plug all the things that where everyone can find you.
So, guys, you can find me on Twitch under HelloHaha52. You can find me under TikTok and Instagram. I try to do 1 to 2 videos a day on HelloHaha52 also. You can find me Twitter and Facebook, HelloHaha52. But if you really want to follow me, like I said, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok is probably my main concept. And hopefully in the next 2-3 weeks, I will have a website under. So follow me on those platforms and you'll know when the website goes up and all that. But thank you very much.
It's more than a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us. Angel, it's your turn to plug our channel.
So the audio for this is found on Anchor, which you can listen to on places such as Spotify and Google Podcasts, but Anchor is your go-to where you can get all the links. Then in general, you can find the video on YouTube as well as us, but we are also on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and BitChute. I've already said YouTube, so I'm not going to say that again.
These apps, so many apps.
Yeah.
Too many.
Too many platforms, too many apps, but you got to do it.
Exactly.
Everyone's got their cup of tea.
Exactly. We'll be moving to Rumble and to Odyssey as well. So those are going to be 2 new ones that we're adding on, just to get our viewership out there. Because, well, we don't really care if YouTube demonetizes us because we don't get given any money anyway. So we don't care. So yeah, that's where you'll find us soon. We will be on Odyssey and Rumble, where you guys can hit that Rumble button when you see us, whatever Odyssey has. I don't know yet. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. It has been wonderful. Thank you, HelloHaha, for joining us as well. It has been epic. And as always, remember...
Giddy, giddy.
Giddy, giddy. Bye.